So when I'm training for the one-arm pull-up, I love using this pulley here, but one of the major flaws of having a pull-up attached to a carabiner is that if you need to change weight for a drop set, or maybe because you're increasing in weight, you always have to undo the carabiner, then you have to add weight, and then you have to search for your carabiner again, and then you're on your merry way to do your exercise. What if there was a way to change the weight without having to undo the whole contraption? So one way you can do this is by making a board like this. So what we do is we load that up. Maybe we have a base weight, like I have here, 10 kilos. Then we load up the board, and then we attach the carabiner. So what I can do now is I can add 2.5s like so, boom, and I can just use this thing, boom. If I want to change the weight, I can easily take this weight off, maybe just use that one on one side, boom. Changing the weight like this is an absolute game changer. So the way I'm going to make this is with a plank that I had laying around, and I'm also going to use some PVC pipe that I had from the Tibialis race project. I'm all using scrap, so for me this is basically free. If you're going to do this, make sure you get a thick board, and instead of using PVC, I recommend you get a dowel, a wooden dowel that's completely filled on the inside, and that is going to help you a lot more. So what I did was I took the highest amount of weight that I would be able to change, and that's a 5 kilo plate, and then I used that as a reference mark, because if I'm going to have one plate on either side, I still need to loading pin to pass through this. I laid out 2 of these plates, and then in the middle I made sure that I have my reference hole so that I can put my loading pin there. From there on, I just marked out the centers of my 2 plates, and then I'm good to go. Because I'm using a PVC pipe, I thought, what if I used a drill bit that is the same diameter as a PVC pipe, and I don't use the middle insert? Then I'm basically creating a ring, and if I then can shove my PVC pipe into that ring, I have a strong connection, friction fit, and that should allow me to accept some plates. And because we're not using the center drill bit, it's very difficult to stabilize your drill. So what I did was I had one of these old change plates laying around. One of the prototypes, or basically one of the failures.
Failure management.
Because I used the same drill bit, what I could do was I could lay this out on the very place that I needed this, and I could drill my hole like this. Now what I did is I rounded out the edges, which is totally not necessary, but it makes it look aesthetically more pleasing. And then I came in with a router bit, and I think that a router gives it such a better appeal to it. It makes it just look so much more professional. At that point, that was a finished product, so I went ahead and tested it, and what I saw is that because the PVC pipe and the drill bit were not exactly 100% the same, once I shoved the PVC pipe onto the wood, it made the PVC pipe go a little bit wider on the base. So that means that whenever you put your plates onto that, it's so well on there that it's not that easy to take off. And especially because you don't have a surface to put your fingers underneath, that makes it even more difficult. So what I did was I took the smallest plate that I have and that I'm going to use for this. Boom, I put it on there, and then I made sure that I put in some notches like this so that I can easily pull the plate out of there. Boom. Like so. So that is really what I came up with. And now we have a loading plate for our loading pin, and that is going to make our lives a lot easier. If I were to build this with dowels, I would still use the same drill bit, but I would take out the center so I could put my dowel in completely, and then I take a screw from the back and then I screw my dowel in place. As it comes to my weights, so I have 4 plates of 5 kilos, I have 4 plates of 2.5 kilos, and I have 4 plates of 1.25 kilos. So basically I could add up 35 kilos. So that's already a very nice number to have. So this is a very good one if I'm doing my one-arm pull-ups, that I can start with a warm-up weight and I can gradually take off the plates as I go to my working set. So I really love this concept, and I really am happy that I finally got around building something like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments down below what you are going to do to improve the loading of your loading pin if you're too lazy to undo the carabiner. I think this is the best solution out there. Thanks so much for watching. I guess I'm seeing you all in the next video. Peace!